Perfect. Hey guys, my name is Bailey Dockendorff. I am an up-and-coming online entrepreneur. Joining me tonight, I have Travis Proznick, my original and current mentor, bringing me in this business strong. And today I wanted to bring us through learning what kind of guy Travis is and learning what a leader in the current online marketing industry is really like as a person, and learn the ins and outs of what he thinks he's done properly, maybe what he's done incorrectly, what he'd improve on, and overall just kind of guy he is personally. So if you want to start off, introduce yourself, name, age, where you're from, what are you doing?
Yeah, of course, man. Appreciate being on this with you. It's an honor. And yeah, my name's Travis. I'm currently living in Australia right now. The nice thing about a business online is I'm able to live wherever I want, right? So I was living in Vegas before this. I'm originally from Canada, out in British Columbia. So I'm a BC boy, as they call it. And yeah, I love it out there. I love my home. But as soon as the winter time hits, and right now it's about minus 25 out there, I pack my bags and I start traveling to the hotter spots. So I got into online marketing almost 2.5 years ago now. So it was 2 years and 4 months I've been in this now, full time at it for 2 years. And the cool thing about it is I started with no experience. See, the kind of experience that I had in the workforce was I did a lot of blue collar construction worker jobs, right? That was a lot of the work that I did back then. I did carpentry apprentices, electrician apprentices, and nothing ever resonated with me. Like nothing ever gave me that kind of like fulfillment that I was looking for in my work. And when I got into the online world and I saw the community that we have and I saw the leadership and the systems that we have in place to make money and travel the world, it was a no-brainer for me. So I went all in. To this day, I'm still an all-inner. I believe that if you're going to do something, go all in. And now here I am. I earn a lot more money than I used to when I was working at jobs. I have more freedom. I get to travel with my beautiful girlfriend. I get to spend quality time with her. And we get to do fun things all the time. I believe life should be for having fun. But I also believe in the philosophy of getting shit done, right? I want to get stuff done as well, but I want to have fun while doing it. So in terms of my belief systems and stuff, I really do believe that everyone is entitled to abundance. Everyone is entitled to freedom if, the key word, if they are willing to work for it and willing to accept that they can allow that in. So with that being said, I'm excited to be on the call with you, add some value to the viewers here. And you guys are going to want to stick till the end, so pay close attention, take some notes if you can, because we're going to be bringing the heat for you guys.
Love it. Love it. Quick disclaimer. Keep in mind, I'm on the eastern coast of Canada, Prince Edward Island. He's on some coast of Australia. Either way, he's 15 hours plus in the time difference. So at points, the connection's a little choppy. Keep that in mind. It's a miracle we're actually able to connect via an online live stream with the distance. We're on opposite sides of the globe. So
crazy.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, it is a miracle. So yeah, guys, if it's a little bit choppy, please hang with us. We're doing our best, okay?
We'll dive right in. So first question I wanna really dive in with is, what makes you excel over other online entrepreneurs? And what I mean by that is you can flex a bit where it's, what do you think you do better that other people don't do or don't do as good as you? Like, what puts you above the rest?
I never give up.
Right.
It's that simple, man. I wasn't the most tech savvy person. I'm never the smartest person in the room. I never, right? And that's another key, is getting around people that are smarter than you, right? But for me, it's like when I decide I'm going to do something, if I decide I'm going to be a millionaire online, I'll never give up. It's just that simple. A lot of people, they give up too easy, right? We live in a world full of instant gratification, people that want results instantly, right? You got instant coffee, you got a microwave that heats up your food instantly, right? You have fast food that comes out instantly. People are, you put up a Facebook post, you want, 100 likes instantly. People want instant gratification. And so in business, it's going to take some time to really get things going and really, really pop them off, build the foundation. And so for me, patience, it was a big thing. And just having that mindset of knowing that it's going to take a little bit of time and never giving up, even through the tough times, the challenges, and some of what looks like a setback, but what really is a moment of your life that if you perceive it right, that setback is actually just a catapult. See, you're going back, but then woof, you fly back. That's what a catapult does. It pulls it back,
Right.
and that resistance fucking flies you way out of the head. Sorry for the swear word. I'm going to do my best to keep it clean here. But that's the thing, is just having a different perspective on,
We're good.
oh, are we back? Are we back? No, what happened? Sorry. Something went wonky there. So having having the right perspective, bro, really, that was the biggest thing, right? Knowing that there is no such thing as failure, that it's all just stepping stones, and being patient. That's a big thing with business, man. It's a big thing with entrepreneurship, and having a vision that's above just my own wants and needs, right? Having a vision for you, having a vision for the team, having a vision for other people that they can also believe in. And so really for me, the biggest difference between someone who fails and gives up and someone who doesn't is that I never give up. I never will. It's not in my blood. And it's an unfair advantage. It is. I have an unfair advantage over people because I won't give up. That's why I'll win. That's why I'll win every single time. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, because that's
Good.
really
It's really easy to see the passion, and I'm sure anyone watching this can see the passion's there, and you speak your mind and you speak with the truth. And I appreciate it, listening to you, learning from you. And it's very clear that you're not here to bullshit people around. You're here to use your knowledge, suck up whatever knowledge the room can give you, and go to another room and explode it out, teach everybody else 10 times as fast and harder.
Exactly.
I love that.
I can't give something to someone I don't have myself, right? And for me, my mentors have given me a lot of knowledge, a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation, and it's my duty to pass that on to others. It's my duty to give that back to you guys, right? So I really do feel it's my obligation that success isn't just my obligation for me. It's my obligation to help other people as well. Like you see, and one thing my mentor taught me was, because I didn't really always believe in myself like this. I didn't. But my mentor allowed me to borrow some of his belief. He believed in me. And so that's a big thing too for me, is if you don't believe in yourself right now and you're in a tough spot where you're around negative, pessimistic, kind of dream stomping people, borrow Bailey's belief, borrow my belief, because we do believe in you. Bailey knows my story. I was so broke. I was eating noodles for daily meals. I was sleeping on my buddy's couch, which, by the way, was a flea-infested couch. It was disgusting, and I was at the bottom of the bottom, man. I was even working full time, I was in this position. So it was hard for me to believe in myself. It was hard for me to get out of that mindset. So I had to borrow my mentor's belief, and that really, really helped me a lot, right? And then once I realized that then I started reading books and I started seeing the power of persistence. And then I found this saying, and I love this saying, it's persistence breaks down resistance. And as an entrepreneur, you will come across resistance. There will be challenges. There will be tough times. But if you persist until you will break that resistance, it will disappear and it gets easier and better. And see, the thing is with entrepreneurship, as you get better, it gets easier. And now to me, making money is easy. Making money is effortless, right? Whereas before it felt like really hard, really it was almost impossible to see myself as a millionaire because I hadn't developed the mindset yet, right? I hadn't gone through the certain trials and tribulations that I needed to go through to grow as a person, to be able to have the mindset I now have. And see, that's why, I love Tate. Tate, he's doing his shortcuts to success, and he's asking all these, millionaires and mentors, what would you do differently? And it's kind of a trick question, because it's kind of like, well, everything I did got me to where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I get the question, but it's kind of a trick question. And it's kind of funny, and I do have an answer for it that I'll give later on. Not right now though. So what we'll do is move on to the next question here.
Perfect. Perfect. So let's just give everybody watching a little bit more of an insight of what you do offline, what hobbies you do, what do you do for fun. I know you train at the gym. We have that in common. But I really just want to know, what does Travis do offline?
Well, number one, I love just going for walks. I love skateboarding. I've been skateboarding for, 20 years now, right? Long time of my life. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I love going to the beach. Going to the beach is one of my favorite things. Hanging out with my friends, hanging out with fun people. And another big thing is investing in my mind, right? So I love listening to audiobooks and reading books on business, marketing, sales, spiritualism, everything, right? So, if you don't see me on my screen, doing a training or doing an interview like this right now, I'm usually by the pool here. You can see by the pool, I'm just chilling in the pool, or I might be sipping a beer or a margarita, reading a book. I just like to kind of flow with the day, right? I have calls throughout the day. I have to do business calls, marketing meetings. So yeah, I got my day filled with activities that are what are called IPAs, income producing activities. However, I also have my day filled with things that just kind of where I can unplug, relax a bit, just let my mind free, where I'm not thinking about business all the time. As obsessed as I am with my business, there are times where you just kind of need to unplug and relax. So jumping in the pool, going for a walk, hitting the gym, releasing some of that energy that can be pent up and built up inside of you, super, super important for the high levels of success that are achievable and possible for anyone, right? I'm not one of those guys that I'm like, work your face into the ground, grind and hustle all fucking day long. Like, I'm not one of those guys, man. Like, the thing I love about the internet is that you can leverage it to have more freedom. You can leverage it to have more time and financial freedom. You can have the money and you can have the time put together so they're having sex so you can have this awesome life. Right? It's great. So yeah, when I'm not doing business, yeah, I'm hanging out with the girlfriend. We're going for walks, going to the beach. We travel a lot, as you know. We love traveling, right? We're currently in Australia. We just got here about almost a week ago now, actually. And it's been amazing. It's my first time here. Frickin' the Aussies are amazing. And so yeah, that's basically some of my passions is business, helping people, helping my team, reading books, audios, getting smarter, and just becoming the best version of myself and having fun while doing it. If you ain't having fun, you're doing it wrong. That's what I always say, because it's so true. People want to know that you're having fun with your life. Who the hell wants to work a miserable job, right? And there are people that are multimillionaires that are literally like suicidal. They're miserable, right? Because they're not enjoying what they're doing, right? Some people think it's all about the money. Now, I will agree, money is very important. I love money. I love it. But it's not the most important thing, okay? Money is up there with oxygen. I will agree. It's really important, but it's not the most important. You got to learn how to enjoy your life too. So, for me, when I got into business and I saw, our community, the mentorship, I saw that there was happy millionaires, happy people doing good things. So that was a big thing for me. I'm like, wow, this is where I'm going to plant my flag. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to tell the world what we do. And I, like I said, from the first question, I'll never give up. That's just one of my unfair advantages over other people. Other people are just, I hate to say the word, but Robert Kiyosaki says it. Do you know who Robert Kiyosaki is? The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? He's like, most people, they're pussies. They're wimps. Sorry, but that's coming from him, right? And I got to kind of agree with him, right? Because most people, they want instant gratification. They're looking for an easy way out. Even though people look down upon get-rich-quick schemes, that's what they really want. They want to come in here and they want to get rich quick. And if they don't, they quit. See, for me, I understood it was going to take time. I understood it was going to be a grind. I understood that I was learning a skill set. And learning a new skill set can take time, especially a skill set like this. So for me, It's just, you got to have the right frame of mind coming in here. You got to have the right expectations. And before I start rambling off too much, let's go to the next question.
No, man. No, I love how you can just take a question, and instead of it being a sentence, it can be a video, it can be an ad, it could be a story, all about how, because you're passionate. You're one of the most passionate people. I've only known you for a little over 2 months, and it's you see it like it's you see it surrounding you or around you, where it's just passion and drive, and it's contagious. Quite frank, it's anybody watch this will be able to see. I've seen it since the first time I've heard your voice. You just know when I saw your first video online, you can just tell that you're not here to bullshit people. You're here to get shit done, make money while doing it, living the lifestyle you want to live, and just
help others along the way. No. Well, that's why we put the disclaimer. We're back.
Did you hear that question?
No, I did not hear the last question. You want to say it one more time?
Yeah, for sure. So I want to know, to this date, what professional achievement are you most proud of? So when you think of, holy shit, life's going so great, I've done blank, 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 what's on the top of that list? What do you think of first when you think of what you've done?
What I've done? Oh, I honestly think that one of my favorite achievements is helping other people open their mind, right? It's not the money, it's not the ranks that I've hit or anything like that. It's helping others. It's helping, like, you open your mind with my own energy, my own perspectives. That's one of my favorite achievements. And actually, if I want to get right down to it, it was first changing my own mindset, because we have all been programmed since we were kids. From the time we're 0 to 18 years old, we've already had 95% of our programming installed. And so one of the biggest things that I'm proud of is re-changing the wiring of that programming. See, it's like a computer. Our computer that we're talking on right now, if I install a software and I install that, I input that software into my computer, the output of that software is whatever you put into it, whatever the information in that software. So your brain is the same thing. Your brain is like a supercomputer. So the input of the softwares you're putting out becomes the output. So when we first get into business, when we first get into any kind of business, you have to change the rewiring of your brain. Now, you're young, Bailey, and that's why I have so much respect for you, right? You're, what are you, 19 or 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a perfect time for you, because even though you have had all that 18 to 19 years of installation of beliefs and everything that you've gone through up to this point, it's a lot easier to change it at your age. See, once we get to 40 or 50 years old, it's a lot harder. Now, does that mean it's impossible? No, it doesn't. In fact, it's not even close to impossible. The best thing about this business is it's a journey of self-discovery. So one of my greatest achievements is the self-discovery, the discovering my own power, right? So I started to install my brain with new belief systems about money, new belief systems about how to live life, new belief systems about money. See, I used to think money was hard to make. I used to think that I had to work a job to make money. I used to think I had to work a job for 40, 50 years of my life, be miserable, and struggle to live off the money I was making, and then retire and struggle even more to live off my retirement. That's what I thought. That's what we're taught, right? And so one of my biggest things was building the new belief systems, reading books. I've read hundreds of books on business, personal development from some of the greatest minds in the world. And that's something I'm very proud of, right? And so I started to think differently. So when you read a book on a successful person, you start to see similarities. You start to see that they're not much different than you. They had doubts. They had challenges. They had struggles. They had setbacks that were really just catapulting them into the life that they truly deserved and worked for. But they all had very similar things with what I was saying with struggles. And so when you read a book on a successful person that's, say, a multimillionaire, successful, they have a happy family, they have the car, the house, the life, they're inspiring millions of people, you got to realize we all started from ground zero, right? And so, I definitely love the fact that, I've read all these books and I've reinstalled new belief systems, new patterns, new behaviors, new habits, because as one of my mentors says, first you create your habits and then your habits will create you. So what kind of habits do you have that are destructive? All right. Now you're not gonna recreate every single habit right away. You have to do one habit at a time, and over time, those new habits start to create a brand new version of you, which creates a new version of your life and your story. And what I find a lot of people do is they try to compare my chapter 20 to their chapter 1, and it holds them back, right? And so, when you're getting into business for yourself, you've got to be very aware that you can't compare yourself. It's called compare-itis, and it's the worst disease in the world, right? People are always putting other people on pedestals, comparing themselves, and it's killing them. It literally is. It's one of the worst diseases out there. So got to get out of that compare-itis kind of victim mentality. And see, what all wealthy people do is they take full responsibility, right? They start from ground zero, day one, and they start working on themselves now. They don't put it off till tomorrow, because tomorrow doesn't even exist. They do it now. And they start from day one, and they take one step every single day. And so for me, I guess one of the best achievements I ever did was take that first step. And same with you, because the first step's the hardest one to take, right? It's stepping into the unknown. You don't know how it's going to end up. And that puts people in a state of fear. Now, fear itself is a funny thing, right? Fear is just false evidence appearing real, right? That's one of the acronyms for it. Now, there's another acronym that I love, and that is face everything and rise, right? So what are you going to do? Are you going to let it hold you back, or are you going to let it push you forward into the life that you truly know you can have, but you aren't doing it yet because you haven't taken that first step, right? So even though the first step is the hardest one, it is the most important. I owe all my success to taking those first steps. Without them, I wouldn't be here. I'd still be stuck at some job, sleeping on some disgusting flea-infested couch, and eating damn noodle pads for daily meals. So there's a few accomplishments I am proud of, yes, and yeah, it's nice to make good money and stuff, but you'll start to realize that when you start to have success, it's not about you anymore. It's about, okay, well, how they say you can't help other people until you can help yourself, and that's true. You see, I had to help myself first, right? And now that I've helped myself, now I can pass that knowledge on to you guys. I can help other people now, right? And so, anyways, yeah, that's definitely one of my greatest achievements, is just taking the damn step, man. Believing in myself when I didn't believe in it, and taking action until I got to enjoy the fruits of the roots that I've grown.
Right. No, I love that, because guarantee a lot of people coming on, they hear, oh, he makes multiple 6 figures a year. Well, he says I could do that, but maybe he's just doing it for the money. And I'm sure a lot of people, I'd say at least the majority of people would come into this with the ignorance of thinking that you're here for the money, you're an asshole, you're some rich kid, all this kind of stuff, where they're going to think your greatest achievement is, I have bands now, I can travel, I can live in Vegas, I can do whatever I want. But it comes down to, if you were, or if anyone in the same position as you, if you were just interested in the money, you wouldn't have got where you were. You wouldn't have a team backing you up. It was just, you need the passion, you need every quality you have, and that's why you've gotten where you're. That's why you have other achievements you can be grateful for. And it makes sense, and I'm glad. The reason why I wanted this question is because I want to turn away people who think this is some guy who has money and likes that he has money and uses other people to get money, where in the end it's just, you're a wholesome guy who's living the lifestyle of his dreams and bringing people along with him. And that's what I really respect the most.
Yeah, it's a great
I'm sure many people like that one to respect that, where I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
On the flip side, could you name the greatest challenge you've overcome?
Myself. That's a quick, easy answer. Myself. You know, as the old saying goes, you are your own worst enemy. So true. And as as Les Brown says, and if you don't know who Les Brown is yet, if you guys are watching this, go check him out. Hear his story, man. That guy literally slept in his office, putting his dream together, showering in his office, people laughing at him, telling him he'd never be successful. Now he's one of the highest paid motivational speakers in the world today. And here's what he says, okay? 80% of what your mind tells you is bullshit. Bullshit. It's disempowering. It doesn't put you in a state of power. It's complete bullshit. You're telling yourself you can't do it, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know what? It's garbage is all it is. Simple. So, the greatest challenge is me getting over that little voice in the back of my head that was telling me to go the safe route. That was telling me it's too good to be true. That's telling me I'm not good enough, right? And trust me, we all go through it at some stage. It happens to the best of us, especially in entrepreneurship. And so the greatest challenge I ever got over was myself. That's an easy one.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
No, because I didn't think about that. I thought it would be some separate thing that you'd bring up. But no, like hearing that out loud, that's obvious. And I'm sure people could agree that you might not have think about that at first, but when you put that in someone's mind, that makes perfect sense. Like we said, and I've heard this from many people even besides you, the first step is always the hardest. With most things, when you're riding a bike, you're going to eat shit at least 20 times, right? Now I couldn't ride a bike for 20 years straight. I could hop back on, instantly remember. Muscle memory. So it's, in my opinion, the greatest challenges in life lead to the greatest successes and greatest accomplishments. And if something isn't hard the first time you do it, no point on doing it. It's not going to lead to much. There's not going to be any growth. Because if the first step's the hardest, that's going to put you immediately in the mindset of, this is going to get easier. I'm going to work. It's going to put you in a motivational mindset where you're going to be like, I'm going to grind through it. I'm going to beat this. Step 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to get exponentially easier. And no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's true though, but as you get better, it does get easier. That's the same thing with business and entrepreneurship. See, now, like I said, making money is easy. Doing this is easy. Whereas before it was a challenge, right? And to the bike story, I fell down. I scraped my knees. I even broke my 2 front teeth learning how to ride a bike. That stopped me? No. See, so when people fall down in business and they get bruised up and life hits them a little bit, a lot of them perceive it the wrong way because of what we go back to when we were saying at the beginning of the interview. It's instant gratification. They're not getting that. See, if we could all rekindle that childlike spirit that resides within us, we could all be truly massively successful upon the highest levels of success. And I know this for a fact because one of my mentors, his name is Grant Cardone, and the guy's a sales master, a sales beast. He's done $700 million worth of real estate deals. His sales company does over $100 million in sales every single year. And this guy's like a big little fucking kid. It's great. Like, his videos are entertaining. He's living a fun life. He lives a professional life too. But at the same time, he says it. He's like, if you don't have that childlike quality within you, you're dead. And it sucks. Right? So you got to find that spark, that spirit. When we're a child, we're so creative. We're so curious about everything. And we have so many questions. And then we go to school. And then we get programmed. And then we're programmed to become an employee. And then we're programmed with all the belief systems that school teaches that, in my opinion, do not serve us. Okay? They did not serve me in my life. After high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know anything about taxes. I didn't know how to make money. I knew how to get a job to be a job that all that job did was pay my bills, and it barely did that. And then for the first 6 years out of high school, from the time I was 18 to 24, I was just confused about life. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know, I was just, honestly, I was lost and confused. And so finding my first mentor was huge, giving me the steps, the systems that had got him out of that kind of confusion and that fog. Like, we all have this fog, don't know what the hell we want to do. That's why your early 20s can be very confusing at first. See, now, and once again, you should feel super blessed now that you've found something that gives you more clarity at that kind of age. That's amazing. But here's the thing, you were also ready for it when it came. See, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Whew, wow, right? And so it's super powerful. So if you guys are watching this video right now, don't hesitate to reach out to one of us. Our job is to serve. Our job is to help, right? And we can't do that if people aren't taking that first step for themselves. And like we said, it's the hardest one to take, but you got to take it. So anyways, let's go on to the next question for now.
No, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'd like to know, how would you describe your personal work style?
So like I said, I love to have fun. And so I do a lot of lifestyle marketing. I love, for me, like, work is fun, right? Like, I love it. Like, there is stuff that I have to do that isn't so as fun, right? It's not like I jump out of bed and want to do that part of my day, right? But regardless, what I do with my work and like my work style, geez, that's kind of an interesting question, actually. Yeah, you're making me think on that one. I don't really have an answer for that, except to say that I do love to have fun and I love to get shit done, right? And I love to get around the people that are making the moves, that are doing the things that I wanted to do and living the lifestyle I wanted to live. See, when I was looking into this business, the one thing that stood out to me was people were happy, people were loving their life, people were more energetic, they were more positive, and they were making money at the same time. And that's very attractive to me. So when you ask about my work style, that's it. I want to have a happy work life. I want to have a happy, here's actually something that's very profound. Actually, this brings me to something. True success, right, is how we feel on a moment-to-moment basis, okay? And so I wanted to feel good on a moment-to-moment basis. See, when I was working jobs, I was constantly looking at the time, what time am I off, and I remember feeling like, I still got 4 hours left and I don't want to be here, and I wasn't feeling good in that moment. See, true success is how we feel. So here's the thing. If you love what you do, if you do jump out of bed for your job and you literally love every moment of your job, great, stay there. You don't need this. If you actually legitimately, like, you can actually 1000% say that you love what you do, stay there. But if you don't, and you have any shred of negativity towards what you're doing, you need to find something different, right? Because if you aren't feeling good daily, right? Like, I understand that we're human beings and stuff will happen, but when me and Amy have something happen, Amy's my gorgeous girlfriend, when something happens, it doesn't bring us down. It might for, 5 minutes, but then boom, we move on, because I've learned to train myself to feel better on a moment-to-moment basis, perceive things differently. If it seems like a failure, it's just a stepping stone to the next evolution of my business and my mindset. And so
it'll catapult you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a great question. And that was a hard one for me to answer. So I hope I answered it correctly. See, this is the one thing too. Everything's perfect as long as you're doing it to the best of your ability, right? As long as you're giving it all, right? And so even though that may not have been the answer people were looking for, that you were looking for, that's the best I have for you. You know what I mean? Like, that, I gave you my all there. So
right.
Super powerful.
Let me try this. Would you call it your work style, if I were to try to put it into words, kind of like a focused carefreeness?
Focused.
I think that kind of wraps it up.
That is fucking amazing. I love that. Focused.
Would you agree to that?
Yeah, that's great, actually. I like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
And right on top of that, could you name 3 words that you described to describe, like rapid fire, 3 words you'd use to describe your ideal work environment?
My idea of fun, for sure, right? As you say, like, even though we're having fun, we are focused, right? We wanna build a legacy. We want to build a business. So fun, focused, and teamwork. Teamwork, for sure.
Right.
Teamwork makes the dream work, man. And you got to have a good team. Every single massively successful person had a good team to help them get there. It's not just me. All of us needs each of us, and each of us needs all of us. And for that to be truly possible, you need a team. You have to have a team. So that's why I love our community. So fun, focus, and team.
Okay. No, I like that. I like that for sure.
And anybody can come up with something too, but that's how I am, man. I like it.
Right. Top of the head. That's what I asked for, and that's what you produced. And I'd agree that reflects what I've seen from how you seem to work. You're gonna work how you want to work. If you have the option of working in your ideal situation and not, you're gonna pick the ideal. So from what I've seen from examples of talking to you, seeing videos of you and stuff, your scenarios are typically pretty frequently tropical, warm, and gorgeous looking. That's kind of what you go for. And that could sound generic, but if you've seen Travis's place in Vegas, where they are now in Australia, there's a theme there where you like to go where it's going to be fun, and where it's going to be fun that you have the option of working as hard as you need to and want to. So what I now want to ask is, overall, just to clear up any speculation someone could have, how is somehow earning money online possibly not a scam?
Well, the thing is, trillions of dollars of transactions happen online every year. Okay. Walmart has an online store. Amazon has an online store. Best Buy has an online store. Right. Everything's online. How is that a scam? That's what I don't get. We have a reptilian brain, right? A 2 million year old reptilian brain that is wired for survival. It's not wired to thrive, it's wired to survive. So that when we have a predator approach us, we are there ready to either run or fight or flight. It's been wired that way since the beginning of time. And so because of maybe our parents and the experiences they had, maybe they got scammed in the past, or maybe a friend or a family member, or it's just, you're wired to protect yourself, so that instantly your brain can go into that negativity and actually think that a good opportunity like what we have is a scam. It is too good to be true. And that is 2 million years of programming since the dawn of human beings that we are fighting. That's why we have so many haters, and we have to go across so many people that think what we do is a scam. And that's why people think everything online is a scam, even though more money is being made online than anywhere else in legit fashions, legit opportunities, where I've seen single moms go from having their houses repossessed, and within 3 months they're earning, more money in a month than they used to in a full year, and they're almost paying their mortgage off from having, so the opportunities there. My question for people is, are you willing to drop your ego? Are you willing to drop your ego to allow the opportunity to flow through, to allow we all come across thousands of opportunities every day. Now, I get that there is some scams out there. There is some mean people that will try to take advantage of others, but that's not everything, and that's not everyone, okay? There's good people, there's great people, and there's amazing opportunities that have been knocking at your door for a long time that you have not yet seized because of your old patterns of thinking and that 2 million year old reptilian brain of yours that is holding you back. Okay, so Yeah, that's an important subject, actually. That really is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think something that people need to understand, and that I'm sure you'd agree with, is the message that you have to accept and just understand and comprehend that not everyone's going to accept you. People that I bring this up to, people that Travis brings this up to, you put out a message that you're doing blank, especially if you're being successful with blank, people get jealous, people get defensive, people get set in their ways and will attack you, will hate on you. One, it's the internet, but two, people don't want to believe there are ways to break the social constructs, and people don't want to believe you. But the key of it is, and the key to get through that, myself, Travis, you learn what people to surround yourself with. You learn how to cut off bad ties, how to tie the good ties even tighter and stronger, and surround yourself. If you stick with these negative people, they're going to get in your head. They're going to turn you around and warp your idea of what a real opportunity could be. There's people that I can't talk to. Everyone has people in their lives that they know they can't say certain shit to. You can't talk to your mom about the same things you can talk to your roommates about. You can't talk to your roommates about the same thing you can talk to your dad about. And you learn how this works, and it applies to this too. Yeah. There are opportunities where, sure, when I start making bank, when Travis makes bank, he can go, here's my check I just got. Weird, eh? But I definitely would like to point out, and with Travis's answer there, that was the slight curveball I wanted to toss in here. As minor as it may have been, I want to use this video as a way to steer people in the right direction, use this as a source of answers to some common questions. These are common questions I've thought about, used to think about, had people approach me with. And this is just going to be a good resource where people can think and have other notes thrown at them where you're not always going to be accepted. And that's a life lesson you should be learning at a lot younger of an age than people do, where you're not going to be accepted by everyone, but you get to choose what people even have the chance to accept you or not. And we need to do that. You're not forced to stick with whoever you are. I don't care if it's girlfriend, husband, wife, best friend from childhood. They're not holding your hand. Your hands are not connected. You can split away from people if you choose to. If you want to succeed in most things in life, you have to make the decision, right? You can't trap yourself inside of a box and expect to flourish. So that's the point I want to make on that. Kind of piggyback that question.
That was awesome. That was awesome, man. It's so true. Getting goosebumps, bro. Love it.
So you had mentioned earlier, and it's good that I actually have this noted, where you were open to, and it's a common question that's discussed in the industry. People are doing it. Cough, cough, Tate. It's a great question. It's a great way to look into someone's mind. Where if you were suddenly forced to start all over in this industry, what you do right now, who would tackle in this industry, in this business?
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time? It just cut out a little bit. Can you just repeat that one more time?
Yep. So if you had the option, or if you were, let's say you were forced to start all over in this industry, what's the first thing you tackle?
Oh, okay. There's two things. So I'm going to give two things here. Okay. Number one is hone in on my sales and marketing skills. Number one, nothing happens without a sales. Sales, since the days of trades, you had to be good at sales. You had to be good at bargaining, right? So if you were not good at it, your family wasn't living a good life, right? Now, then money got introduced, and money is just a form of exchange to exchange value, right? And so first thing I would do is get great at sales. I would read all the sales books that I'm now reading, and I would read them faster, I'd read them quicker, and I would apply all that information a lot quicker. So that's number one, is get good at sales and marketing, because nothing happens until a sale happens, okay? Number two is I would get around the people a lot more. I get around the people making the moves, right? I used to not see as much value in events and going to events and stuff. I didn't know why they were so powerful, but when I went to my first event, it changed everything. I got around the people. It became real. It became, I started to think differently instantly, right? Because as the saying goes, and this is so true, right? If you hang around 4 millionaires long enough, you will be the fifth. You will.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. You got to get around different calibers of people, right? And it can be intimidating at first. It can. But the thing is you don't understand how actually nice, successful people really are. The reason they are where they are is because they're good people, right? You can't truly have success, especially in this industry, if you're not a good person, if people don't get the good vibes from you. So getting around the right people and honing in on sales and marketing. Those are the two keys, I believe. Getting around people that are smarter than you, because, you know, as they say, if you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room, right? And so I think that getting around the right people is huge. It's a must, right? It's a must. So that's the sales and marketing is huge, man. Like, sales is the one profession in the world that has easily the lowest startup cost, but has the highest potential return, right? See, McDonald's wouldn't be the biggest restaurant in the world if it didn't have all the sales happening every single day, right? Nothing happens without a sale. So sales are important. They're extremely important in business. They're everything. So honing in on how I can connect with my customers more, honing in on how I can get the sale, because the thing about a sale, a lot of people have a negative mindset or connotation to it. They have a stigma on what sales is. Oh, if I'm good at sales, that means I'm messing a lot of people over and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, the actual truth about what sales is that sales is the noblest profession in the world, because salespeople, all they're doing is they're taking a client's problem or a customer's problem and solving it with their product or service, right? And so learning the art of increasing the value in your product and service so that it over exceeds the price, right? And learning how to do that in a more efficient, quicker manner. So yeah, if I had to start back from ground zero, I'd be reading more books on Grant Cardone, Tom Hopkins, Brian Tracy, and just the masters of sales and marketing. So that's what I would do, bro. Like, that's one of the, I think everyone should be, even if they're not in a sales job, you should be reading sales books, because whether or not you think you're a salesman, you are. You have to sell your kids to make their bed. You have to sell your kids to be healthy and not do bad things and not be bad people. You have to sell all the time. You are selling every single day, whether you think you are or not. And so one of my favorite books by Grant Cardone, and one of my favorite sayings is, you sell or you be sold. Sell or be sold. Because sales are happening every day. So why not learn the art of something that is happening in your life multiple times a day, probably over 100 times a day, at least, like 100 different sales. Now, I'm not just talking money transactions. If you remember what I was saying, sometimes you got to sell your wife or your husband on why they should take you to that movie or why you should take that trip, and whatever it is, you're always selling. So learning the art of selling, tonality, different kind of like phrases you can use. And phrases are not tricks. They are phrases. Words are very, very powerful. And so when you can learn the art of how to use your words to impact others, it's such an amazing skill set to learn. And sales is the one profession, and actually sales mixed in with internet marketing especially, is the one profession you can learn that will allow you to write your own paycheck and your own ticket anywhere in the world. No, nothing else will do that for you. At least not that I know of. Okay, maybe trading stocks or something. I don't know. Well, I'm not into that. I like to control my destiny. Stocks you can't control. Sales I can control, right? I know that if I talk to a certain amount of people, I show them a certain amount of what I have to offer, that I'll start to get X amount of sales, right? I can control that. However, I cannot control the stock market. I cannot control whether or not the CEO of that company that I invest my stocks in and my money in is going to do well. I can't control that stuff. See, it's not that I'm I'm a little bit of a control freak, but I do like to have control. And I know that one thing is for sure, it's the highest paid skill set you could learn. I don't care who you are. You can learn. You can learn the art of selling. I did not come out of my mom's womb and just know all this stuff I know. I learned it. I practiced it. And repetition is the mother of learning. So if you want to learn something, how do you learn how to ride a bike? You do it over and over and over again. How do you learn how to do anything? You repeatedly do it over time and you get better. And as you get better, it gets easier. And as it gets easier, you make more money, especially in this game. So yeah, man, just really learning the art of sales and marketing, connecting with people, getting around the right people, the people that are making big moves, that are smarter than me. And yeah, I hope that's a good answer to your question there. It's a good question. It is.
Yeah. No, my biggest takeaway from what you said is that in so many aspects of life, you hear that you always have to challenge yourself if you want to grow. If you're the ceiling of the room you're in is here and your potential is up here, you're not going to get there. You're putting a mental or a physical barrier in front of you, like a blockade. So all the different analogies we've created are just the biggest way to paint the picture of you have to force yourself to get challenged if you want to grow, if you want to improve anything. If you want to, let's take music, for example. If you want to learn that next big concerto, you have to practice it. You can't practice Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and think that there's a chance that you'll be able to play Mozart the Fourth. It makes sense. You know what I mean? So,
that's hilarious, man.
You're saying. I love it.
Yeah, powerful stuff, man. Very simple lessons, very simple. But in my experience, it's the simple things that work, right? Simple things done repeatedly over time, over and over and over again, produce a result. Whereas if it's a complicated thing, it's a little harder to grasp and understand, and people tend to give up on stuff like that. So if you can make it simple for someone, that's a lot more achievable than something that's super complicated and they can't figure out, right? So simplicity is the key, right? What is that saying? It's like KISS, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple. I don't know. Something Robert Kiyosaki.
I think the last one sounds familiar.
Yeah. So keep it stupid, simple, or simple, stupid. I don't know. Anyways, it's one of those two. I totally agree with that. I really 100% agree with that. Creating wealth is like anything, right? When you found out 1 + 1 = 2, you didn't have to research that anymore. You didn't have to be like, oh, I got to do all this research into 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2. That's it. You know that's the math. That's the science behind it. Now, success, creating wealth is the same thing. There's a science to it. Once you learn the science, you don't have to go and try and figure it out all the time again. It becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of the knowledge that you have acquired. And so getting out there and actively finding the mentors who have that knowledge is huge, right? And that's what I love about my mentors. Like, for me to have figured out all the stuff I know now, dude, it would have taken me a lot longer than I have. A lot longer than it took me. It's only been 2 years since I've been in the current company we're in. And so if I went out and tried to build this business on my own, oh geez, it would have taken me 20 years minimum, right? And so a mentor can really take you from making all those. Actually, let me back up a little bit here. There's 2 ways you learn. Okay, mistakes or mentors. I'm sure you've heard this by now, Bailey. There's 2 ways you learn: mistakes or mentors. You're gonna make your own mistakes, yes, but I highly recommend that you get a mentor so you can cut your learning curve by upwards of 90%, and then learn from some of your mistakes along the way as well. Yes, you're gonna make some. However, having a mentor to guide you through their own mistakes is so powerful. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that really helps all the viewers that are watching this. I hope it inspires you guys to take that first step into the life of your dreams, because trust me, it's possible. It's more than possible. And there's millions of people doing it now, right? Why not you? Why not? Stop asking why and start saying why not.
Exactly. Let me ask you one more thing to cap this off.
Yeah.
If you were to spread a message in this day and age, how would you tell someone blank is the easiest and overall just best way to spread a message?
Number one, good intentions. Number two, the internet. Good intentions with the internet.
There, I was waiting for that.
So like, I mean, dude, like,
Specifically,
I've reached millions of people now. Millions. Multi-millions. It's crazy to think about that, right?
yeah.
That wasn't because I, went and knocked on millions of doors doing door-to-door sales or anything. I put out a few ads. I had some good intentions doing it. And because of that, I have reached multi-millions of people and impacted thousands as a result. And that's, we're just getting started, brother. You know it. We're just getting started. I get goosebumps right now because we haven't even scratched the surface yet. There's over 2.9 billion currently active users on Facebook. So for us to have impacted millions is nothing, right? We got a big mission, man. Abundance, health, wealth, prosperity. It's possible, man, for everyone. And I want people to realize that you're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to rewire yourself. You're gonna have to learn new belief systems. You're gonna have to get around the right people. You're gonna have to invest in yourself. But to end this off, a lot of people, they want the quick buck. They'll go and invest $10,000 in trades, lose it all, blah, blah, blah. Grant Cardone says, stay away from that. And I listen to Grant whenever he says something. I trust that guy. I love that guy. And when he said this, it stood out to me so much. And it's like, the best investment you are ever going to make is yourself, right? That's the best investment you'll ever make. And like you said, what was the hardest challenge for me? It was getting over myself. I was the worst challenge. I was the hardest challenge. So you have to invest in you. You are the investment. You are everything. So start investing in yourself. Take those first steps. Start getting some information on what we do. Let us help you. It's well worth it. Take the bite. We're freaking throwing the fish line out there for you guys. We're waiting for the big fish to come bite so we can help you guys, right? And we're not trying to hook your mouth and like make your mouth bleed or anything. We're just trying to help you guys, right? Like this is what it's all about. It's about giving back. It's about serving and having fucking fun too. I love having fun. So, yeah, bro, I hope you got some value from this. I hope your viewers got some value from watching this. Reach out to Bailey, reach out to myself if you're one of my friends and you're watching this, and let's get things moving.
I really appreciate it, Travis, taking the time to talk to me. Busy guy, took the time to come out to talk to me, and this will spread some value to the internet. We'll spread it to the marketplace. And I hope this video helps you, if not completely change your life, push you towards taking the first step to really get there. So thank you, Travis, once again.
You're welcome.
And I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, this is a great interview. My first interview I've done, and I think it went well.
You crushed it, buddy. It's been an honor.
I liked it a lot.
It's been an honor to be on here with you guys. It's been fun, and it's just the beginning, man. So with that being said, all the viewers, have a great day whenever you're watching this, and take that first step, man. It's most important. So with that being said, Bailey, we'll talk to you soon, brother. I appreciate you, and we'll chat soon, okay?
Thanks, guys. Thank you.